take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
Check, check, check.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah. Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up.
And now, Mike's thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, Jerry Jones is at it again. That's right, Jerry Jones is at it yet again. He has now doubled and tripled and quadrupled down on the whole Derrick Henry saga. With that being said, Jerry Jones was asked on his radio show about Derrick Henry again and why he did not bring him on after the great performance he has had so far this season. Jerry Jones said, and I quote, he would not fit the Dallas Cowboys system. He would not only fit the system, he would definitely maybe not even be having a career year with the Dallas Cowboys. First, he said he couldn't afford him. Now he's saying he wouldn't be a good fit for the system. Jerry Jones, it's time for you to shut up. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan, but it is time for you to shut up. You are been doubling and tripling and quadrupling down on this mistake. Let's just be honest. Derrick Henry is a fit at any place that he goes. This man is a beast among men. He's the man among boys. He is a Greek god out there. There's a reason why people call him King Henry. You don't have to change your offense. You just give Derrick Henry the ball over and over and over again. It's that simple. Derrick Henry's on pace for 2,000 yards yet again this season. Not a career, again. For the second time, he could potentially get 2,000 yards in his NFL career. That has never been done by any player in the NFL history. Guys, it wouldn't be a fit for the Dallas Cowboys? Stop it. Stop it. Derrick Henry is a fit anywhere he goes. You make a system fit Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry has 7,500 yards, guys, after contact in his career. So after somebody hits him, he has 7,500 yards after that. To put this in perspective, Nick Chubb has 6,000 yards total in his career. 7,500 yards after contact, 6,000 yards for a career. What do you want? Give me Derrick Henry time and time again. Jerry Jones, stop it. Stop it. You're making yourself sound foolish. You're making yourself sound stupid. Even though that's hard to do. Cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation? Rise up.
Hey, let's go. Hitting that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off. Get it hype, this man, our sport talk. Yeah, yeah. From the quarterback to the lineman, everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? Let's go.
What is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Boy, Castro, the Man Hour Show, the manhourradio.com. Check out the merchandise page or check out the blog section as well. But most importantly today, guys, share this live stream with a couple friends, because sharing is caring at the end of the day. And we all love to have fun, and this is the most live, interactive NFL show out there, hands down. I see every comment, and I try to address each and every comment out there. So sometimes we get a little bombarded with comments, and I gotta pick and choose, but normally I try to address everything. At least get them up there on the screen so you guys can see your names, just like Laura is today. Laura is quickly becoming an everyday here. Oh, guys, we're getting some shirts made. And we're going to get some shirts says that I am an everydayer. So if I see you in here every day, like Laura, like John, like Jim, like James, right? We're going to get you guys some merch out there. Some free merch on the house sent out that's saying I am a Man Hour everydayer. So thank you, Laura. She is currently driving while listening. Be safe out there, Laura. No texting while driving. No texting while driving. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. That is dangerous. Speaking of John is in the chat as well. John is a pigskin pundit. You guys can be like John and click on the subscribe button below, and you can get footage like last night we did the NFL Power Ranking show. Only the pigskin pundits got to see that. John got to see it. Jim got to see it. Other John and James, you guys all got to see the NFL Power Ranking show. We'll be doing that every Tuesday night moving forward. Also tonight, we got a special show going on. We got the week NFL preview happening live tonight. That is right, tonight. So if you are a pigskin pundit and you want to see some week NFL 8 preview show live, gotta become a pigskin pundit just like John. Mark D is in the chat as well. Mark D will be on the show tonight. Says, what up, Buck? What's up, Mark? Hope you're having a grand old day, man. We got my man Ant in the house today. He says, what's up? Ant is on cloud 9 right now. He is a Baltimore Ravens fan, and he won week 6 NFL Pick'ems. His merch is in the mail, and he is on pace to win those $2,000, y'all. So if you guys want to be like Ant or be like Laura, there's a link in the description below. Week 8 NFL Pick'em. Click on the link below. $1 entry fee. There's a weekly prize and a grand prize of $2,000. Get yourself some dollar bills, y'all, by simply picking some NFL games. $1 turned into $2,000. Pretty good investment in my opinion. Your Flooring says, hi, Daddy. What up, Flooring? I can be your daddy if you can be my mama, right? Something like that. I don't know. Mark Lewis is in the chat, says, D-Hop, let's go. Yes. We are going to be talking a lot about D-Hop today. It is Factor Crap Wednesday. So, of course, we're going to talk about my man D-Hop, and then we're going to talk about the Minnesota Vikings. Is the Detroit line hangover a real deal? Is that going to happen? Who knows? Cooper Kupp on the trading block. We're going to talk about that as well. And Jameis Winston set to be a starter. Is this the spark that the Browns needed? We'll be talking about all that today, but we'll definitely be talking about some D-Hop, Mark. So stay tuned. Jim Powell says, so wasn't the Emmett threat in the 90s the reason for the success? How is a runner stronger than him? You know, Jim, you make a great point. We had Emmitt Smith for the Dallas Cowboys in the 90s. Why didn't Jerry Jones go out and get somebody like King Henry? Maybe because he didn't want to tarnish Emmitt Smith's legacy. Maybe he didn't want to run over the legacy of the 90s. Maybe he doesn't want to bring in a better running back than Emmitt Smith. Maybe he doesn't want to bring in a better receiver like Michael Irvin. Maybe he doesn't want to bring in a better defender just like Deion Sanders, because we look up to those teams so gratefully, and we always talk about them, the teams of the 90s, right? How great they were, how amazing they were. Why would he want to overshadow that legacy? Why bring in somebody that could overshadow said player? I don't know. Pretty good point in my opinion. Why? Why do it? Why do it? James Franks in the chat says, what up? What up? What up? What up, James? What up, James? We'll be talking about your Cleveland Browns today, James, so buckle up. Buckle up, buckle up. And Casey Morgan, also a Pigskin Pun, is in the chat today. He says, Chiefs got D-Hops for pennies. Honestly, Casey, the receivers that have been traded in the last week and a half, they're all kind of going for pennies, to be honest. I was expecting second, first-round picks for these players like DeAndre Adams, right? Or Devontae Adams. And like Amari Cooper. Third-round picks? Actually, they're fourth-round picks that can turn into third-round picks. What? And then D-Hop for a fifth-round pick that can turn into a fourth-round pick? The receiver that is being traded, I'm really shocked about the market, to be honest. So that kind of raises eyebrows of like, why are the Pittsburgh Steelers, like, what are they offering so low that they're missing out on DeAndre Hopkins, that they're missing out on Amari Cooper, that they're missing out on these other receivers that are out there? Are the Pittsburgh Steelers just like, we don't want that, get out of here? Or here's a 7th round pick? I don't know. Laura says, listen, I don't like your power rankings. Laura does not like the Minnesota Vikings being at number 9 in the power rankings. So sorry, Laura, but it is what it is. And I'll explain to you why later today when we do talk more about the Minnesota Vikings moving forward, because we are going to talk about the Vikings. We're going to talk about them a lot today, about how overrated they are. Fact or crap, fact or crap, fact or crap. And she is not texting while driving. She is at a train being stopped. James Frank says, don't forget Kevin Stephani gave up play calling too. Yes, I heard, was it Ken Dorsey's calling offensive plays now for the Cleveland Browns? So big things happening in Cleveland. Big changes. And Jay says this might help my fantasy team. I don't know, but it might. I don't know. We'll see. But Steelers is likely going to go after Kupp. We'll be talking about Cooper Kupp, Casey. So slow it down, baby. We'll be talking about Cooper Kupp a lot coming up here as well. George Lucas in the chat. What's up, George? And he says D-Hop will help move the change and be a big red zone target. And it is time to talk about the elephant in the room. It is time to talk about the greatest trade that has happened in my lifetime. A trade that's been kind of in the works for 2 years, let's just be honest. But the Kansas City Chiefs officially welcome DeAndre Hopkins to Kansas City. As you guys know by now, the Kansas City Chiefs got D-Hop with the 5th round pick that could turn into a 4th round pick, depending on playing time, playoff bursts, and a potential Super Bowl run. So basically, like Casey said, the Kansas City Chiefs got richer by investing into the penny stock market. Bada bing, bada boom. They may have come out a millionaire. But many people right now are saying that this is a dumb trade. This does not make the Kansas City Chiefs better. This does not help DeAndre Hopkins. This does not do this, and this. And the many people are saying that, truth be told, that D-Hop is washed. D-Hop is past his prime. D-Hop is washed up. He sucks. He does this, and this. But for all those people that are saying that, especially on our Facebook.com/manhour page here, when I posted this morning, hundreds of comments, he's washed. But you guys, I see your stats. I see your stat lines for this season, right? Week 1 and week 2, DeAndre Hopkins had a total of 2 catches for 17 yards. I see those stats. I see weeks 3 through 5, he had 12 catches for 158 yards on just 17 targets. I get it. And last week versus the Buffalo Bills, he had 1 catch for -2 yards. I get what you're saying. With those stats, I would say he's probably washed up too. But you have to look deeper past the stats. You have to look beyond the stats. You have to look beyond your front page headline news. Oh, -1 yards catching. For all those stats, or non-stats, right? He is still second on the Tennessee Titans team in catches in the receiving room. Second. He's also leading that team in yardage. So when you people are saying that he's washed, look at his stats. He's leading his team in yardage. He's second on the team in catches. The point of the matter is the Titans are a heavy run-based team. They run the ball a lot. And Will Levis is just not very good this season. He has 1 game over 20 completions so far this season. 1, which was 26 versus the Green Bay Packers, in which they were playing from behind damn near the whole game. They blew the whistle, and they had to throw the ball all over the field to try to catch up with the Packers. That's just the way it is. And if he's washed up, why is he still averaging 12 yards per catch? Why is he still doing his thing down the field? Why is he still going up and getting the balls? DeAndre Hopkins is a 6'1", 220-pound receiver. He's a big body guy. He's going to go up and he's going to get the ball. Now, he's never been a great route runner. Don't get that twisted. He's not going to run good routes in Kansas City either, but he can go get the ball. He can get you in the red zone. So for all those people that are saying that D-Hop is washed up, D-Hop is this, D-Hop is that, look beyond the stats. Look beyond the stats. 7 times in his NFL career, he has gone over 1,000 yards with 7 different receivers. Oh, by the way, he did that last year too. He went for 1,100 yards last season with the Tennessee Titans with 3 different starting quarterbacks. So all those people that are saying that D-Hop is washed, stop it. Stop it. So guys, let me ask you this question. In the comments below, for one, do you guys think DeAndre Hopkins is washed? Is he washed up? Is he took him out to the woodshed? The Kansas City Chiefs just brought him in just to get a ring to say, hey, right off into the sunset now. Or is he still one of those guys? Is he still one of those guys? So let's jump up into the comments here. And Skibbity Dibbitits 540 says Titans are idiots for trading DeAndre Hopkins. So Skibbity Toilets, Skibbity Dibbitits, or what do you want to say? Why are they stupid? Why are they stupid? The Tennessee Titans are 1-4 on this season. They're not going anywhere. They have shown that they are hell-bent of just being a below-average team this season. Why not get a 4th-round pick for DeAndre Hopkins? Why not potentially trade other people out there, Calvin Ridley, right? Maybe, I don't know, Tony Pollard. Why not cut your losses now and get some assets back for him? D-Hop was already on an expiring contract, as is. He's a free agent at the end of this season. Probably wasn't going to re-sign with the Tennessee Titans. Let's just be honest. Probably wasn't going to happen. So you got a little something out of him to potentially build for the future. Now, I'm not saying that they are completely a one-win team for the rest of the season. They can still probably muster up some wins. They can still probably muster up a little bit of this and like a little bit of that. But they're not winning the AFC South. They're not competing for a playoff spot. They're not competing for a Super Bowl. Why not cut your losses as you can? They're not idiots. You always cut your losses. A good business owner, you always cut your losses when you know you're going downhill. Hey, D-Hop still has some value. Let's get him out while we can. Let's build for the future. Let's think about tomorrow. That's what they're doing. James Frank says, even though I don't like him, Juju and Hopkins will be a nice combo. And you are exactly right, James. In my next question that I have, I actually said Juju is going to benefit from this the most, right? Because you, as a Cleveland Browns fan, you know what Juju can do to you. But when Juju was great for the Pittsburgh Steelers, who did he have by his side? He had a big-name receiver by the name of Antonio Brown. He had Batman and Robin. Antonio Brown was Batman, Juju was Robin. And Juju excelled in that role. Right now, Juju is the number 1 receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs. Doesn't really excel as a number 1 receiver. That's why he ultimately got cut or traded from the Pittsburgh Steelers. That's why he ultimately got cut from the New England Patriots, because he's not a number 1 receiver guy. D-Hop can come in here and be the number 1 receiver and let Juju run all those underneath routes. Let Juju be the Robin. D-Hop can be the Batman, Juju can be the Robin, and maybe, just maybe, we might see some sparks from Juju like we once saw in the Pittsburgh Steelers time frame there. When the Kansas City Chiefs first brought Juju in, 3 years ago, I was like, okay, but it never flourished because we were expecting him to be that number 1 guy, and he wasn't that number 1 guy. So nowadays, number 2, if not number 3, Juju is going to have a success. Now, he's not playing this weekend, but maybe time come, he'll be good. Jim Powell says, I think D-Hop wouldn't have made a difference in Arizona is he could make one. I think D-Hop wouldn't have made a difference in Arizona. He could make one. What are you talking about, Jim? D-Hop was at Arizona simply just to get out of Houston. At that particular time when D-Hop got traded from the Houston Texans, everybody was wanting out of Houston. And I think that was just a team that kind of took a flyer on, like, hey, okay, here you go. So he spent 2 seasons there. He still had 7 and 8 and 800 yards respectively with quarterbacks that are no names. So I don't know. Skibbity Toilets says they should have never traded to the Kansas City Chiefs. You never do that. They should learn to the Buffalo Bills. Listen, Skibbity Dibbitits, you are correct. You are correct. At one point, you stop letting the rich get richer, right? At some point, we're going to stop shopping at Walmart, right? At some point, we're going to stop going to McDonald's. At some point, you're going to stop doing this, and this. But it's so easy. It's so easy. And let's just be honest. The Tennessee Titans owed the Kansas City Chiefs one. The Kansas City Chiefs gave you all Snead, right? At a pretty good discount. Let's just be honest. So they owed us one. WBN says it's time to start calling the Chiefs lethal weapon 3. Mahomes, Kelsey, D-Hop. Spot on, spot on. You are correct. Casey Morgan says the playoffs are going to look good. You got Hollywood Brown, D-Hop, and Juju. Hopefully Hollywood Brown can be a little something, right? But you still got Xavier Worthy, right? You still got Travis Kelce. You still got Sky Moore, right? There, you still got Justin Watson, right? There's that receiving core that's got really, really deep, really, really, really good. George Lucas says now Patty Mahomes has 2 red zone targets. Exactly. This is why this is such a big trade, is because of the red zone targets, right? So far this season, the Kansas City Chiefs receiving core has 5 touchdowns. 2 of them which are by Rashid Rice, which he's out, right? 2 of them are by Xavier Worthy on those deep ball passes that he was wide open, and then one of them was to Juju. So this is the big reason why this D-Hop thing is so big, is not because of his route running ability, because his catching ability. It's just his red zone presence, right? Get up there and go give me the ball, man. Go up there and be the dog that you are. I'm going to throw it up, and bada bing, bada boom, we here, baby. We here. James Frank says, I like Hopkins. I don't like Juju. Hopkins ain't washed up. The same people are saying that Hopkins is washed, or were the same people saying Kareem Hunt lost some juice. Put a player like Hopkins on a winning team and watch the man ball out. James, I think you nailed it right there on the head. I think you nailed it right there on the head. We've been talking about how injuries all week kind of like plague you on a losing team. But the minute you get healthy, or the minute you get traded to a winning team or a team that has potential, oh, that hamstring doesn't quite hurt no more. All of a sudden, my 4.6 become a 4.5 again. All of a sudden, I can have that 41-inch vertical again, right? Winning cures all. Winning cures all. Casey Morgan says, look at the quarterbacks D-Hop has had and what he's done with it. Exactly. Now, he did have one season underneath a prime Deshaun, right? But let's not get carried away. Mark Lewis said last season, 1,000 yards and 7 touchdowns with Will Levis. Also had Malik Willis and Ryan Tannehill last year too. So 3 different starting quarterbacks for the Titans last season. Derek asked the question, does he play this week? Absolutely, he plays this week. He plays this week because Juju will be out for one. Juju has that hamstring injury, and I believe he's already been ruled out 100%. But the Kansas City Chiefs receiving room is empty right now. They have like 4 receivers. He has to play. Granted, he may not have that huge impact like I expect him to have in week 12, 13, 14 by really opening up the field, but he will definitely be out there and he will catch a ball 2 or 6, 100%. He 100% playing. Casey says against the Raiders will be a hood warm-up game, a good warm-up game. Exactly. The Raiders are just terrible. Raiders are terrible, so why not? Why not let them in there and let them ball? John likes a little bit of D-Hop himself. Being a Raiders fan, you're going to love him a lot here in the next 2 weeks, Jim. Mark Lewis says the haters haven't heard his name because his team isn't relevant. Exactly. There's a lot of players out there that are still balling. There's a lot of players like Devontae Adams. People all thought, oh, he's still in the league? Yeah, he's still in the league putting up numbers. It's just because you haven't heard from him because he's a Las Vegas Raider. Now that he's a Jet, you're like, oh, okay. Adams, we see you, big guy. We see you. Yeah, Mark, you were right. Haters hate because you don't know who they are, because you just follow the headlines. James Shamler says every one of those people would be singing a different tune if D-Hop was traded to their team. More than likely, 100%. If D-Hop would have went to the Raiders, you would have hit the Raiders fans. Oh, he's great. He's this. He's better than Adams. Whatever. And honestly, the Kansas City Chiefs fans would have said, "Oh, we don't want him anyways. He is washed up, right?" As they say, one man's trash is another man's treasure, right? Da-da-da-dum. James says he is not washed. Skibby says they're stupid for trading to the Kansas City Chiefs. They couldn't trade to any other team. Maybe the Kansas City Chiefs gave them the best offer, Skibby. Because we've seen the receiver market kind of pretty low, in my opinion. Adams for a third round pick, Cooper for a third round pick, pretty low. I was expecting second, maybe first round picks for those guys. Maybe fifth round was the best that they could get for D-Hop, and they're like, you know what? Take him. Mark Lewis says Hop is a beast. He is. WBN says, nope, he is not washed up. Can you name 15 better receivers than D-Hop? Probably not. You could probably put A.J. Brown up there, Devontae Smith, Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Amari Cooper, Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp if he's healthy. Of course, JJ and Addison. And then Rashid Rice if he's healthy. But no, you probably can't, Ant. He's definitely a top 15, top 20 receiver in the NFL. 100%. Casey says D-Hop is not washed. He's going to be like Hunt and Beast where we're alive, and the QB like Mahomes. Exactly. Skibby says the Lions are going to give the Kansas City Chiefs a run for their money. Sure. If the Lions can make it out of the wild card round. JDT93 says Hopkins will definitely play the decoy role to open things up for other receivers. Exactly right. That's one of the biggest reasons why I think they signed him, is that whole decoy role. But that decoy role can still make plays, can still go get the ball, can still stretch the field, right? Chief says Chiefs. Let's go. Tammy Cox is in the chat. She is extremely happy. Huge Chiefs fan. And Tammy, what's up, Tammy? Thank you for joining us today. And then Chief says Rice, Hollywood, Kelsey, D-Hop, all next season. Slow it down, baby. Hey, if Kelsey comes back for next season, he's definitely going to have a step down, right? So we need to start worrying about Noah Gray. Noah Gray is going to be the next big tight end. Look out for him. James Frank says Hopkins is going to make Worthy even better. That's facts. That is correct. Yes, Juju is out, says Tammy. He is out. Raiders are tied for the most interceptions in the league, says Derek. Ugh, that's tough. John says, what's good? Sorry, I'm late for the D-Hop talk. No, you're not. We are going to be talking a lot about D-Hop. We got a lot of comments to get through, and D-Hop is the man, the myth, the legend. Lyman Leaf says, why was Lucifer given a kingdom to rule? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know nothing about Jesus. All I know that he's fake. James Frank says, so 4 more years and my Browns can get Jetta for a 3rd round draft pick. Exactly. Get some JJ in about 5-6 years, right? John says he could easily name 15 better receivers. So do it, John. If you can name 15 better receivers better than D-Hop, do it. I forgot St. Brown. My bad. You're a Lions fan. You're going to probably say every Lions receiver, even though they're on steroids, right? Jameson Winston. Laura says, just because he showed low numbers before doesn't mean he's washed up. Wait a few games with KC to see how he's really washed up. He's not washed up, even with those stats. Look at last season when the Tennessee Titans beat the Miami Dolphins. Watch that game. Watch that game. He was a baller. AP, whatever, says, damn, Chiefs fans having a field day. Y'all playing on rookie mode and still getting weapons. Don't hate. Don't hate, AP, whatever. Don't hate. Don't hate that we're just that good and rookie mode is just so easy. You can put it on Heisman and still be easy. AP, whatever, says, as soon as the Bears get a decent quarterback, every team is juiced up. Yeah, unfortunately, Bears fans, you're never going to see a winning record. And Jesus is the truth. Bible is the most accurate historical book in the world. We can talk about Jesus later. But D-Hop is not washed. D-Hop is officially Kansas City Chiefs. But many people are saying the real issue in Kansas City, the real big issue in Kansas City is Patrick Mahomes. People are saying that Patrick Mahomes sucks. Patrick Mahomes is this. Patrick Mahomes is that. So I got to say to you people that are saying, that are wishing ill will on Patrick Mahomes, let's talk about some Patrick Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, guys, is playing bad football right now. I will give you that. He has definitely not living up to the Patrick Mahomes standards that we have grown to know Patrick Mahomes. But did you guys know he's just under 1,400 yards passing this season? That's still top half of the NFL. Did you know his QBR 61.2? That's good for top 10 in the NFL. And despite his horrible play, guys, he still finds ways to win. He still finds ways to win, and you are mad about it. And truth be told, Patrick Mahomes is better than your quarterback. Patrick Mahomes does not suck. Now, like we said earlier, the Kansas City Chiefs receivers only have 5 touchdowns this season. 2 from Rashid Rice, 2 from Worthy, and 1 from Juju. Now, this trade that the Kansas City Chiefs just did, bringing in D-Hop for a 5th-round pick, this is going to elevate the whole Kansas City Chiefs offense. This elevates the whole team. It will open up the field, like I believe James said earlier, right? It's going to open up that field. It will force the other receivers to grow, like John said. Xavier Worthy is going to go from right here to up here real freaking quick by having that vet in the room, by having that big guy just to pull you along, forcing you to be better, forcing you to give 100%, forcing you to do this, and this. D-Hop is that guy. Also, now they can't be doubling, triple teaming Travis Kelce. He's looking like maybe he lost a little bit of step. This is going to elevate his play too. Nice some one-on-one coverage with a LB. Despite Travis Kelce losing a step potentially, he's still better than any linebacker out there in the open field. Guys, this trade from DeAndre Hopkins makes Kansas City Chiefs so much more dangerous. This makes him so much more dangerous. Yes, Mahomes might be having a bad season. It's going to elevate his play even more. Yes, they may only have 5 receiving touchdowns from receivers so far this season. That's going to change in 3 weeks. We're going to see 10, 12, 13 really, really quick. We are going to see the Kansas City Chiefs go from here to here, and they're going to be even better than everybody else. This trade alone keeps them in Super Bowl competition. This trade alone keeps them in front of in the AFC West. This trade alone improves everybody on the team. So, guys, let me ask you this question. We've seen that Patrick Mahomes is having, quote, a down year. What do we expect from Patrick Mahomes moving forward? Do we expect him to start being the old Patrick Mahomes, quote, quote? Do we start seeing him protect the ball a little bit better? Do we start to see Xavier Worthy elevate his play? Sky Moore elevate his play? Justin Watson, right? Does Juju come, I'm back, baby? I think it does all that. I think it does all that. Derek asked a question. Do you re-sign D-Hop for next year? I think you do. I don't see why you wouldn't. Who would be the odd man out, though? Would it be Juju or Justin Watson? I think that's the question. D-Hop's only, 31 years old, I think it is. He still has shelf life. You definitely do. Tammy says, Patty absolutely does not suck. He is probably at his worst, and we've seen, and he's still better than most. Exactly. The reason why we're saying Patrick Mahomes sucks right now, or people are saying that he sucks right now, or playing bad football, because we expected him to play at this elite level week after week, year after year, season after season. And right now he's playing at still a pretty good level, still a top 10 level, still better than your quarterback. You're like, oh, you sucks. What happens? What happens? Jameson said, it must be nice to suck and still be undefeated. Exactly. Like, that's the problem. The Kansas City Chiefs suck right now. I'm a Chiefs fan. I can say it. They are playing bad football right now. The defense is playing great. I love me some defense. Give me defense all day long, but the offense is shitty. But yet they're still undefeated. And yet they just got a hell of a lot better. And yet they're going to keep on improving week after week after week. Look out, Ravens. They coming for you. Y'all think you the best? Sit down. Sit down and know your role, jabroni. James Frank says, his rings, yes, plural, says different. Fact. Washington is looking good this year, says Skibbity. Washington looks overrated, in my opinion. We'll be talking about the Commanders coming up soon here. Casey says, if Mahomes sucks and the Chiefs are 6-0, league better be scared when he snaps into gear. They and people are underestimating the Kansas City Chiefs. That is something that y'all don't understand. He literally has 6 touchdowns to 8 interceptions. But yet, the Kansas City Chiefs are still averaging 20-plus points per game. Yet, Patrick Mahomes is still a top 10 QBR rated quarterback in the NFL. Yet, he's still better than half of the league in yardage. Once Patrick Mahomes just takes a little bit better, and a little bit better, and a little bit better, slow it down, baby. James Friend saying, I think I've heard the past few years, and then he gets another ring. Yep. Oh, the Chiefs are down this year. They don't have a number 1 receiver. Super Bowl. Oh, they traded Tyreek Hill. They suck. Super Bowl. D-Hop to the Chiefs is crazy. It's even more crazy that the Kansas City Chiefs have been literally pursuing this for 2 seasons. Guys, do you guys remember back in 2023 when D-Hop was a free agent from the Arizona Cardinals, and the Kansas City Chiefs were hot on his trail, and the Tennessee Titans like, take all this money and shut up. Chiefs missed out. They tried to trade for him last season during trade deadline. They missed out. They finally got their guy. Third time's a charm. Riz the Pooh says Packers going to win the Super Bowl. No, they're not. No, they're not. John's top 15 receivers says Waddle, Hill, St. Brown, CeeDee Lamb, JJ, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Ayuk, Debo, Pickens, Flowers, Reed, DJ Moore. I don't know who Reed is. Is that Jalen Reed? Keenan Allen, Garrett Wilson, Jamar Chase, Higgins, Cooper Kupp, and just to name a few. And that's still not 15. So I'm going to put it up there. I'm just kidding. I'm just telling you. Dougie Fresh says, but Hop has hands. Route running. Feed him. Actually, Dougie, D-Hop does not run very good routes. Sit there and watch him. He actually does not run very good routes. Now, he gets open, but does not very, very good routes. All right, guys. So that's going to be enough of D-Hop talk today. D-Hop to the Kansas City Chiefs. We are all happy about it. Welcome to Kansas City, D-Hop. Now let's go win the three-peat. But you guys know what day it is. It's Hump Day Wednesday. It's Hump Day Wednesday, and here on every day on Wednesday, we do a little thing called Fact or Crap. Well, I've been scouring the old interwebs on the old Discord and on the tweet machine and on Facebook page or at facebook.com/manhour. And I've seen what the old people have been talking about. I've seen what they've been saying. I've seen people been talking their shit. So I'm going to bring those statements up here, and we are going to determine if it's a fact or if it is crap. And I'm going to tell you there's a lot of crap out there today, but we are going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So sit back, buckle up, guys. Play along in the chat, because this is a live interactive show. Also, guys, hit that like button if you be most inclined to, and also subscribe to the channel of whatever channel you are watching this from today. So with that being said, let's get the old fact or crap started with with the Cleveland Browns. Let's start with the Cleveland Browns and Jameis Winston. Winston has officially been named starter by the Cleveland Browns this weekend versus the Baltimore Ravens. Now, we have to ask the question here, is this quarterback change by the Cleveland Browns and offensive coordinator change as well? Is this going to be a fact or crap? Is this going to be the spark that the Browns need? So, as you guys know, Deshaun Watson is out for the season with the torn Achilles. And truth be told, he was just playing bad. He was playing bad football. But when Deshaun Watson went down, you Cleveland Browns fans started to boo or started to cheer. I've seen many people on our Facebook page applaud that this man is out and injured. Stop with that crap. That is stupid. But Jameis Winston has not started a game since 2022 for the Saints. He was drafted back in 2015 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And if you listen to the rumors around the Cleveland Browns landscape in our Cleveland Browns Facebook groups, the only reason why that Jameis Winston is starting this weekend is because DTR is not ready because of the injury. I believe he broke his thumb or injured his thumb. Also this week, the Cleveland Browns signed Bailey Zappi off the Chiefs practice squad. So, with that being said, guys, is this fact or is it crap that Winston is the spark that is going to fuel the Browns season, to fuel their up and coming, to their comeback, to the promised land, to upset the Baltimore Ravens? And truth be told, guys, this is facts. This is 100% facts. The Browns actually needed to make this change weeks ago. Deshaun Watson just wasn't cutting it for this season for whatever it was. Yes, he had some highs, he had some lows, but he was not cutting it for the Cleveland Browns this season. I strongly dislike the Cleveland Browns fan base right now for cheering that injury. That is absolutely stupid, but this change was much needed. So kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess you can say, right? The defense is starting to get 100% at this point, and truth be told, they have nothing to lose this season. They are 1-6 on the season, and if they lose to the Ravens on Sunday, they drop to 1-7. Clearly not in playoff competition, whatever, right? But Winston has matured a lot over the last couple seasons. He has matured very, very much so in his time in New Orleans. We have seen his growth, right? No more eating the W's. That's just kind of stupid. Now we're seeing him really motivate the team, really elevate that team. Now, if the Browns do get blown out by the Ravens, they drop to 1-7, and they lose the following week, I don't think Winston will be the starter after that. You have to see what you have in DTR. You have to see what you have in Bailey Zappi, because I don't think Winston is the long-term answer. Yes, I know he's only 30 years old, and we've seen Geno Smith kind of define his career after the age of 30, but I don't think the Browns are interested in a 30-year-old quarterback. I think they want that young quarterback. Also, probably won't be able to afford him, let's just be honest. Because either way you look at it, whether Deshaun Watson comes back or not, it's about an $80 million dead cap hit the next 2 seasons. So you need cheap, good players, a.k.a. rookies, not Jameis Winston, unfortunately. So, guys, is it fact or crap that Jameis Winston will indeed give the Browns the spark that they need? Get the spark that they need. Casey Morgan says it's crap because it's the Browns. No matter who the quarterback is for the Cleveland Browns, they're just going to suck. Junius Howard's in the chat, says crap. Browns are just Browns. Laura on the other side of the fence here, she says it sucks that Winston or that Watson is out and that the crowd booed or cheered when he got hurt, but it's facts. The facts is that he needed to be sat and Winston needed to come in. John said Winston is going to be solid for Cleveland, but it is crap. He is not going to offer that spark. So the people that are saying crap, Let me ask you guys this question. Let me ask you that follow-up question, right? Is he not going to offer the spark just because the Browns are not very good and the Browns are destined to be a 2-3 win team either way, or are they just a very unmotivated team right now? I mean, it's tough to be motivated when you're 1-6 or 1-7, right? It is tough. It is tough. Justin Osborne in the chat. What's up, Justin? He says Brown season's already lost. Yes, a QB change needed to be made sooner. I think the coach and GM are on the hot seat. That is 100% facts. Kevin Stefanski's 100% on the hot seat. There is a reason why he is no longer calling offensive plays. He is looking for an scapegoat. There's a reason why Kevin Stefanski said, I believe it's Ken Dorsey is calling plays now. Ken Dorsey, you call us plays now, right? It's an scapegoat. It's an scapegoat. Oh, Ken Dorsey was calling the plays. Oh, we had a backup quarterback. Oh, Nick Chubb was hurt for the first 5 weeks. Kevin Stefanski is playing chess right now, to be honest. He is playing chess to save his job. So I agree, Justin. You are 100% spot on. James Frank says, not all of us cheered for an injury. I swear, if they start DTR over Winston any week after this, I'll be mad. Upset. I don't know. Ravens are crazy. Stephani giving up play calling, though. Defense can play mad after some our calls, fans acting ridiculous. So, James, I'm not calling you out by any stretch of the imagination, but there's somebody in our Facebook page. Oh, what is his name? I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he is saying, I'm going to go over to the hospital and say, you suck. Like, just, it's stupid. Stop it. Don't ever do that. That is stupid. That is stupid. Derek says he throws a good ball. I like his mechanics, meaning Winston. Hell, he threw for 50 touchdowns just, 2018 or whatever it was. I mean, he has good skills. He just likes to turn the ball over. Of course, he's had LASIK surgery since then, so maybe no more turnovers. I don't know. James Frank says his high speed should get his team fired up. You all forgetting about Nicholas Chubb is back too. Nicholas Jamal Chubb played last week though too, James, and that didn't really fire them up. Casey Morgan says, when the Browns moved from Baker, they proved they have no clue what they are doing. This is 100% factual statement right here. This is 100% truth. Baker Mayfield led y'all, meaning the Cleveland Browns, to the playoffs on a torn AC joint or something in his shoulder. Beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Won you a playoff game, and you're like, get out of here. We don't want you. What? Come on, yes. Baker Mayfield, I don't know the whole thought process of moving on from Baker, but it was dumb. It was dumb. And then, of course, hindsight's 2020. You move on from Baker. You bring in Watson, that's played, a total of 18 games now, and is 9-9 as a starter, paying him $280-some-odd million. Justin Osborne says, Dorsey is not fixing anything as well. He almost ruined Buffalo last year. Dorsey equals dumpster fire. Justin, Ken Dorsey did end the Buffalo Bills last season. If Ken Dorsey would have been the offensive coordinator beyond, I believe was week 7, week 8, the Buffalo Bills would have been a losing record team. They would have been probably a top 10 overall pick. They got him out of got him out of there. Insert Joe Brady doing good things. Jonas Howard says it's a lack of motivation by the Cleveland Browns. Too many losses. It's not a lack of motivation when you get paid millions of dollars. Many of those guys will be playing for contracts. So, I don't know. But, guys, is it fact or is it crap? Will Winston offer that spark that the Cleveland Browns need to get some wins? I think it is a fact. Moving on here. Moving on to the next team that is many people, when I say many people, I mean Laura, that are upset. She is upset that I moved the Minnesota Vikings down to 9th in my weeks NFL power rankings. She is mad because she's like, man, Minnesota Vikings were second last week and they lose to the Lions, and then all of a sudden they're ninth. What is going on here? What is going on here, guys, is the Detroit Lion hangover. Fresh off of a 2-point loss to the Detroit Lions in week 7, every team that has lost to the Detroit Lions the following week has lost the next game. So the Minnesota Vikings do play the LA Rams at LA on Thursday Night Football this week. So, guys, we got to ask the question, is it going to be fact or crap that the line hangover will affect the Minnesota Vikings? So with that being said, guys, the people that do not know what the line hangover is, so far every team that has played the Detroit Lions this year and have lost, and they've lost to the Detroit Lions, have lost the following week. So you play the Lions, you lose the following week. Now, the Cowboys have not played since their beatdown by the Detroit Lions, but we'll see Sunday night if that continues to take effect. Also, on the bright side, this is a division loss, which even hurts even worse. You had a 10-point lead over the Lions. You let them score 21, 28 points unanswered, and it just sucks. Also, it's a short work week. You go playing from Sunday afternoon to Thursday night. Plus, you have to travel, so that takes another day or two out of your preparation. It just sucks. And history says that on Thursday night games, road teams lose 68% of the time. However, yes, there is a however. So far this season, road teams are 4-2 on the road on Thursday Night Football, not counting the Kansas City Chiefs versus Ravens games because that's not really a true Thursday night game. It's opening week. Now, there's also frustration for the Minnesota Vikings. There's some frustration on the Minnesota Vikings. Justin Jefferson has come out in the media and saying that he is frustrated that he hasn't got 100 yards since week 2. He is frustrated that he's only getting 80 and 90 yards. That's not enough. When you look at JJ's stats, last week versus the Lions, 7 catches on 8 targets, 81 yards. Versus the Jets, 6 catches on 14 targets for 92 yards. Versus the Packers, 6 catches for 8 yards, 6 catches on 8 targets for 85 yards. Versus the Texans, 6 catches, 8 targets, 81 yards. Versus the 49ers, 4 catches on 7 targets for 133 yards. Versus the Giants, opening week, 4 catches on 6 targets for 59 yards. So when we look at the Minnesota Vikings playing Thursday night game versus the LA Rams at LA, will the line hangover be a thing? Are the Vikings going to lose? And it's a fact. It is a fact, ladies and gentlemen. It is a fact that the Minnesota Vikings are going to lose on Thursday Night Football to the LA Rams. It actually would not shock me one bit if the Vikings lose 3 games in a row. Rams this week, and then the Colts on the following night on Sunday Night Football, which the game got flexed. The Minnesota Vikings, guys, remind me a lot of the Philadelphia Eagles of last season. They have a lot of flaws. They have a lot of holes in their game, but winning has covered up most of those. The Vikings are careless with the ball, and Sam Darnold is probably going to start targeting JJ a hell of a lot more just to keep him happy. Make sure he gets those 100 yards. And that will ultimately be the downfall of the Minnesota Vikings. Because what has the Minnesota Vikings done? Sam Darnold's done great so far this season. Distribute the ball very, very well. Evenly catches. Look at JJ. 8 targets, 14 targets, 8 targets, 8 targets, 7 targets, 6 targets. Distributing the ball extremely well. The Minnesota Vikings, y'all had a good run. 5-0. It's nice. It's nice. But everything good comes to an end. Hopefully, you guys can bounce back. Hopefully, you guys can, defeat this line hangover. Hopefully, you guys can bounce back and beat the LA Rams and be 6-1. But guys, fact or crap, is the line hangover going to affect the Minnesota Vikings on Thursday Night Football? Let's jump over into the chat here. Casey says, I feel you have the Bills too high on your power rankings. Interesting. Okay. Laura says, you are still wrong. They don't belong at 9th, maybe 5th. And she says, crap. They are going to beat the Rams. Slow it down, baby. John says, so lucky we don't play you guys, as in KC would be a multiple week hangover. Okay, John's a Lions fan, guys. Don't get it twisted. James Frank says, nah, the Vikings are legit. They are legit when they don't turn the ball over, when they stop being selfish, when they stop, can play a complete game. They did not play a complete game versus the Detroit Lions. They are starting to be selfish. JJ, Jet, I want the ball, 100 yards. Well, break a tackle. Catch the ball. I don't know. But John says, slow it down, baby. Vikings are going to beat the hangover, and they're going to beat the Rams. So he's saying quack, crack, crap. Laura says, question, though. Would you put KC there if you lose one? It's all about how you lose. It's all about how you play. It is all about how you react after that loss. So the Kansas City Chiefs are a great team. There's not a lot of individuals out there. The reason why I ultimately did drop the Vikings so low in the power rankings from 2 to 9, which is the biggest dropper of the week, is the fact that JJ come out and said this. I want the 100 yards. That tells me in the back of my head, he's not happy. He's not happy that he hasn't had a 100-yard receiving since week 2. That tells me in the back of, he's probably in Sandboard here. Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Oh, by the way, TJ Hawkins is back this week as well. So who are you going to take targets from, right? That's what's been so great about the Vikings is you don't know where the attack's coming from. Now you know, take out JJ, make him unhappy like the old AJ. No, who was it? Who was with the? I think it was AJ Brown with the Eagles last year, right? They were up 21 points, and AJ Brown had like 2 targets. He's like, give me the ball, right? All of a sudden, Jalen Hurts threw him like eight straight passes. Beginning of the downfall. Hopefully it doesn't happen. But I think it does. Junis says, crap. Minnesota will bounce back strong. Okay. I hope so. I hope for the Minnesota Vikings fans, I hope you guys are right. I hope you guys do bounce back strong. Laura says, JJ can be mad all he wants. Everyone knows his game. Coaches need to change it up. Okay. James Frank says, but how about the other receivers are doing? Are they eating? He shouldn't care if Donald is sharing the love. Let's look at the stats for the other receivers. I did not look at the other stats for the receivers, but let's look at the stats. Let's pull it up. Let's go to NFL.co, a page that I run that has all the APIs and stats over there as well. So when I look on receiving, JJ is a leading receiver on the team. JJ has 33 receptions on 51 targets this season, 531 yards. Next one up is Jalen Naylor, 12 receptions for 16 yards, 213 yards receiving. This is yardage ranked, right? Next up is Jordan Addison, 12 catches on 20 targets for 209. Aaron Jones, 20 catches on 23 targets for 190 yards. Josh Oliver, 5 catches for 6 targets for 42 yards. So JJ's already getting a bulk of the receptions in it, anyways. He has doubled the next person closest to him, receiving wise. So you have 12 from Jordan Addison, 12 from Naylor, and then 33 from Jet. How much more love do you want? I don't get it. And Laura says, we're not friends no more. James like, oh, you dumb pissed off Laura. Hey, I just call it how I see it. But James says, I will say the Vikings will win it. Stop sucking up. Guys, stop sucking up to Laura. I feel that is what you guys are doing. You guys are sucking up to Laura. You're like, it's okay, Laura. Your Vikings are going to suck now. It's okay. Slow it down, baby. Slow it down. James Frank says, JJ is just stat chasing. It seems that way. John says, too bad I didn't take you up on that tattoo. You be sitting there with your nice lion tattoo. Yeah, crap. Derek says, crap, that game against Detroit is just a kick away. And you see, Derek, I see that game differently. When I look at the Detroit Lions game versus the Minnesota Vikings, I seen the Minnesota Vikings jump out to a 10-point lead. But I never saw the Detroit Lions quiver. I never saw the Detroit Lions back down. I never saw their expression change, right? The only thing that I have concerns about the Detroit Lions from that game is going for it on, 4th and 2 from your 30-yard line on the first drive of the game. Why are you running a fake punt? That is stupid. But once the Detroit Lions scored those 2 touchdowns, boom, boom, real quick, you start to see the Minnesota Vikings sideline kind of get a little uneasy. You saw them kind of like, crap, here we go again, right? And then another one. They're like, oh, crap, they were shell-shocked. What's going on? They did not rebound from that very well. And Laura says, Vikings going to win. Just watch it. We will be watching it. We will be watching right here on our Discord. You guys can join us as well to watch it. Kaylee says, I'm just saying fact to irritate my mama. Facts, baby. Facts. Say it, Kaylee. Say it. 9th. Low. Did you lose money last week? I didn't lose no money last week. I picked the Detroit Lions to win. John says, no, don't do that. I'm meaning to get tattooed. And James Strake says, that's because the Troys ain't scared of nothing, baby. They are scared of something. They're scared of losing to the Dallas Cowboys again. It's simple as that. JDT93 says, all those cornerbacks the Detroit Lions signed and drafted, but they still can't really stop the pass. Darnold plays sloppy and was missing throws. Exactly. That. Honestly, Sam Darnold has been kind of playing sloppy all season long, to be honest. If you really sit there and watch the games, he's been kind of careless with the ball. Now, JDT, winning cures all. Winning covers all that up. But when you lose, that little bit of cut you had starts bleeding a lot. When it starts bleeding a lot, you're like, oh, that's really, really bad. Right? So it is like when you first, say you're out there hammering, right, and you hit your thumb with the hammer, like, oh, that sucks. But then you start doing it some more, and then all of a sudden it's like poof, 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 poof. Oh shit, that hurts. Kaylee says, once the Vikings lose, they continue to lose. It's a tradition. Kaylee is, put those gats away, Kaylee. She says, Vikings just can't lose just one game and move on. They got to lose 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those things in a row. They just can't lose one. They got to keep on keeping on. But guys, factor crap. Will the Lion hangover continue its curse moving forward? Speaking of the LA Rams, Cooper Kupp has been on a lot of trade rumors, a lot of talks about, hey, Cooper Kupp's coming to this team. Cooper Kupp's coming to this team. So we got to ask the question. Fact or crap? Does Cooper Kupp get traded by the November 5th deadline? 2 weeks away. 2 weeks away. Guys, Cooper Kupp has been the center of trade rumors the last few days, and he says he hears the noise. He hears the noise, but he is focused on the Rams season right now. As you guys know, Cooper Kupp is coming off his latest injury and has not played since week 2 versus the Arizona Cardinals. In that game versus the Arizona Cardinals, he had 4 catches for 37 yards. In just 2 games this season, Cooper Kupp, he is still 3rd on the team's targets and 3rd on the team in catches. He's played 2 games. He's still 3rd on all. What? That is crazy. Cooper Kupp has a $15 million base salary in 2024, and with the pro-rated situation, there he is owed about $9.7 million on the remaining season for his contract. So for a team to pick him up, it'll take about $10 million in cap space. So like I said, there's been a lot of rumors floating about Cooper Kupp. And some of the rumors have been he's been linked to the Kansas City Chiefs. He's been linked to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the LA Chargers, all in which can afford the receiver. They all in which have that salary cap space. Now, as we know, the Kansas City Chiefs just signed D-Hop, so they will probably be out on the Cooper Kupp sweepstakes unless something crazy happens. Which, how crazy would that be? The Kansas City Chiefs trade for 2 receivers in the same week. Whoa, slow it down, baby. But the Steelers, they've been looking for another receiver all off season. Ever since they traded Deontay Johnson to the Carolina Panthers, they've been looking to fill that role. They've already struck out twice this season on Brandon Ayuk and Devontae Adams. So I think they're kind of happy of what they got, to be honest. I don't know what they're offering, but teams are turning them down. So I don't really know what is going on. The LA Chargers have been rumored as well because of that young receiver core, but I think Harbaugh is happy of what they got there. Now, we talked about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Well, on Tuesday, right, Chris Godwin should be out for the rest of the season with that dislocated ankle. Had surgery on it today to get it repaired. Mike Evans is out for the next 2 weeks at least with the hamstring injury, so they need someone, and they need him bad, and they need him now. But the more I think about it, I don't think Cooper Kupp would be a good fit in Tampa. What Cooper Kupp really, really thrives off of is getting the ball a lot, getting a lot of targets, a lot of underfield, like a lot of slant routes, and getting in the open field. And I don't think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are much of that team. But a team that I want to throw out there is the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are playing some really good football right now, and this team is hungry, and I think their fan base and the coaches want to win right now. Trading for Cooper Kupp might get them up over that hump. He instantly becomes probably the number 1 receiver on that team and replaced for Scary Terry. And with Crowder on the IR, I think the vet presence for the Commanders is what they need. But is it fact or is it crap that the LA Rams will trade Cooper Kupp by the November 5th deadline? And truth be told, guys, I want to waffle around this answer real quick. I want to waffle around the answer because it all depends on tomorrow night. If the Rams win, I think they're still in the hunt for the AFC West title. I think they're still in the hunt for a playoff berth. With a win, they are now second place in the West behind the Seattle Seahawks, above the 49ers and above the Cardinals. But if they lose, they are 3 games out of first place, and they play the Seahawks, Bills, 49ers, Eagles all in the upcoming weeks. But, here on the Man Hour, we give answers. We don't waffle around the answers. And a gun to my head, to factor crap, do the LA Rams trade Cooper Kupp? I gotta say that's crap. I gotta say it is crap because I think the Rams are still hanging on to what they once had, right? They signed Matthew Stafford through the 2026 NFL season, and they could have traded him last season. They could have traded him this offseason. Hell, they could still trade him now, but the Rams are hanging on to what they once had, and I think the Rams still think they can still win. So factor crap, guys. Do the LA Rams trade Cooper Kupp? That is the question. Rizzy the Pooh says the Packers are going to win the Super Bowl. No, they're not. I think the Packers are a good team. They're not there yet. I thought it was Kupp. It is Kupp. Kupp. Cooper Kupp. James Frank says, bring Kupp to Cleveland. Oh, wait. No veteran is going to want to come to Cleveland because our fan base boos players when they get injured. Listen, I don't think no players want to go to Cleveland right now. You guys are all a dumpster fire. And James Frank says, ooh, Kupp to the Bucks would be fire. It would be fire, but I don't think he fits that scheme. I don't know. Casey says Steelers should go after Cooper Kupp. They should, but I don't know if they will. And Derek's like, you know what? I'm a Raiders fan. Gardner Minshew for Cooper Kupp, straight up. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Oh, man. Danny Hawkins in the chat says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Danny. Hope you're having a good old day. And James is like, oh, Cooper Kupp opposite of Evans? Mind blowing. So let's backtrack to Tampa, right? because I think Cooper Kupp thrives off of getting the ball. I think Cooper Kupp really wants to really get down, get the ball a lot, and get the ball thrown to him a lot. Gets him going, right? Mike Evans is arguably the number one receiver on that team. But with Chris Godwin out, like I said it, Chris Godwin is the X factor. Chris Godwin is the reason why the Bucs are the Bucs. Does Cooper Kupp, can he step up and be that second receiver, or does he got to be the number one guy? Like that is my issue with this. Is if you go to a team like the Buccaneers or the Commanders or the Kansas City Chiefs, right? You are not going to be the number one guy. You are going to be a number 2 or number 3 guy. Can he handle that? Can his ego take that? I don't know. James Trek says, what they had for 1 year. I mean, I feel like if you're going to make a trade for a Cooper Kupp, you are going to want to re-sign him. You're going to want him for 3-4 years. I don't think it's a 1-year rental deal. I don't think it is. So, guys, what do you think? Does Cooper Kupp get traded by the LA Rams by the November 5th deadline? I think it is officially crap. I think he stays in LA. But Chicken Wing is back in the chat today, and he says, do you think the Bengals have a chance at the playoffs? Playoffs? We talking about playoffs? At one point in the season, this was back in what? June or July when we were doing our breakdowns. I actually had, I think, every team from the AFC North making the playoffs. And I think that the Bengals have the opportunity to get hot. I think the Bengals have the opportunity to still win 9 games. They play the Eagles this week, the Raiders, the Ravens, Chargers, Steelers, Cowboys, Titans, Browns, Broncos, Steelers to end the season. They have an opportunity to win six more games. Where do those 6 wins come from? The Raiders, the Chargers. I think they beat the Titans. I think they beat the Browns. And I think they beat the Steelers at least one more time. So there's 5. There's 5. That gives them 8 wins on the season. So where does that 6th win come from? Does it come from the Broncos? Does it come from the Ravens? Does it come from the Cowboys? Like they have an opportunity, but the more I watch the AFC, the more I really dive deep into the playoff picture. The Bengals have a very slim to little chance to make the playoffs. They have a very slim to little chance to make the playoffs simply because of the AFC is so much better, right? Now you have your couple outliers there, like you got the Ravens, you got the Chiefs, and then from 3 to about 9, it is log jammed. It is log jammed, and I think it's going to take a division win, obviously, to get into the playoffs, and then 10 wins to get in a wild card berth. So if the Bengals can rattle off 10 wins, yeah, but that's 7 more wins. That's 7 more wins in what? 11 weeks? That is tough. Actually, it's 7 wins in 10 weeks. That is tough. So that is saying that you're going to sweep the Steelers. That's saying that you're going to sweep the Browns. That is saying that you're going to beat the Ravens, right? Beat the Cowboys, beat the Broncos. I just do not see it. I do not see it. Casey says, Cleveland is where players go to end their careers. Not wrong. Frank Glass is in the chat. What's up, Frank? Big old Colts fan. I'll be up at Colts Stadium this week. Actually, is it this week? I don't think it's this week. When do the Colts play the Bills? 3 weeks. 3 weeks. So I will be at Buffalo or at Indianapolis 11:10 on the sideline in the press box in that Colts Bills game. I'm excited. Inja sending in love from India. What's up? Thank you. Answer that question. Y'all are having a conversation. And Bengals ain't beating my broke down Browns again. Not wrong. And Juna says, yes, Bengals have a shot. Win streak to be continued. Are you saying they're going to beat the Eagles this week, Junas? I don't know. I don't know. But guys, that's going to be it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Live, raw, uncut NFL talk, 2:30 East Coast time. Until then, we out.